Welcome to ACC.13. You know, the Board of Governors plays a critical role, really, in the management of the ACC and really interact with the members at all levels. And I'm thrilled to be joined by two of the Board of Governors chairs, the immediate past chair, Dipti Itchapuria, and David May, who's the current chair of the board. Thank you for joining me. It's great. So Dipti, let me ask you, you had a great year.
I did.
Lots of things going on. If you look back, what was the biggest accomplishment you think that the board did this year?
I think that we heard the cry and the voice from the membership about the AUC language, and we took the charge to lead the change for asking for a change in the language for AUC, which we accomplished. And I would say that would be, if I had to pick one, that would be our largest accomplishment.
Can you give me an example? I know it's a hard thing, but what do you mean where you say you changed the language?
Well, we put forth the idea of changing the language from appropriate, maybe appropriate, and rarely appropriate.
Got it.
And removing the inappropriate and the uncertain terminology. So I think the terminology of AUC is now changed, and that had a lot to do with the BOG's voice being heard.
Super. Tremendous connotations of that. If you look back, what were the biggest issues that you think that the state chapters or the chapters faced?
Well, I think there's always been challenges with regards to communication. What is the best way to communicate with the members? I think ACC provides a lot of member value. And how do we communicate that value to them is, I think, been the ongoing challenge. So when you asked about accomplishments, one of the other things is that we led the charge with the CardioSmart television.
Absolutely.
And David will tell you that Texas is piloting a project with the CardioSmart television, and how to reach the members via that, and also to reach the patients so that they understand what ACC is and what it means to be FACC.
That's a great thing. David, let me get you to jump in, because I think that's a bit, when I try to tell, I tell patients I'm going to the American College of Cardiology, they say, you're getting a degree or something. So, I think this idea of communicating with patients is tremendous.
Yeah. I think that it ties in beautifully with the concept of patient-centered care.
Right.
And the college is making a very strong push to educate the patient, to allow shared decision-making. And the CardioSmart television that Dr. Chapuria mentioned is going to be a fabulous tool.
Tell me, Dipti said that Texas, where you live, is really spearheading this. Give me an example of how you envision this being rolled out.
We convinced a variety of the practices in Texas to put the product in their waiting room, which gives a loop to the patients of real educational material. That part is fairly straightforward. The exciting part is we can roll out specific content for your practice, but we can also use it for continuing education. You can imagine for a moment that I might have 15 or 20 of my primary care colleagues to my office to receive content from college leaders that they get CME credit for.
That's cool.
So there's a tremendous opportunity for us to use it both to enhance our communication to our patients, but to our referring physicians and to our own practices.
Obviously, we're in a time of immense change, both in the structure of our practices, the financial, the whole things. How do you see the board playing a critical role in getting information and changing directions? As Dipti has already alluded to.
I think that the communication part is a fundamental piece of that. The college has to advance forward in the ways we communicate, in the products that we deliver. We own the intellectual content and have a fabulous body of that information.
Sure.
We need to put it to you easily on your smartphone, at the point of care. Those tools, if we're able to do so, will provide the member value that they need. The issues that take place in Washington are the issues in Washington. And the education of our members about them, that sort of transparency, is really what we have to accomplish in that realm, I think.
Well, it's obviously very critical that the governors do this, and that you all do this. And I think in Georgia we have a chapter meeting once a year that's really a lot of fun, big turnout and everything, but it's very good exchange of information. So I think. Do you all have to visit? Have you visited a lot of the chapters?
Yes.
Unfortunately, you do. I don't think you came to Georgia this year, but
no. But I'm actually coming to Georgia this coming year.
Good. But do you go out and visit the chapters?
We do. We go out and visit the chapters. We go to a lot of the annual meetings for exactly that purpose. It allows us to understand what's happening there. It allows them to ask questions that they might not ask in a larger venue, such as this one. And it helps us to get a sense of what's really happening in each state and on the ground.
Absolutely. Well, Dipti, I appreciate you did a great job this year. You really did. It's good, Dave. I'm looking forward to you. You know, if you come visit our chapter, maybe you can cook for us, and then
I'll do that.
Come and cook. But thank you both for joining us, and thank you for joining us. The Board of Governors does a tremendous job for us, so stay engaged. For ACC 13, I'm Dr. Randy Martin.